So I have put together some poems that are about like loss or gloom or sometimes the apocalypse. I'll read about 7, I guess. This first one's called Lead, and it's from a series of sonnets about my dad and about the materials that make airplanes. Long ago, we carved burial ornaments from galena, the primary ore for lead. In 1940, the year Dad was born, a team of men pulled galena from an Appalachian mine, the slick blue-gray rocks glinting light in their eyes, their hands cold and working. Though heavy, lead is soft until it's alloyed. The purer metal goes into glass, paint, storage, batteries, tires, and burying metal, as well as bullets. Was he drinking when he told me he fell in the ice, slid plumb through the broken window surface into the biting hell below, flailing tiny, raw boy arms, his coat heavy, full of sleeted water from the cove? Lance pulled him out as big boys do. The air was still without the ducts. Shocked still until he got his bearings, my father chose to hide till he was dry. I don't know the spot, maybe Lance's basement, or in the hollow of a tree. Like sliding on ice, lead is sweet to taste, but toxic to nerves. My father was afraid to tell his mother, would rather stow himself away. Would she hit him, hurt him, or offer her skirts for cover? This is called Paring Down. Mother's milk, moth wing, bristle brush, oh. This is called Basic Words, and all of the language is taken and rearranged from a book on how to train your dog. 1, collar and leash. Let him investigate for a few days. Let him run around with a leash dangling. Get used to the feel. 2, heel. Walk quietly, don't pull, don't lag, don't jump. Praise him constantly. 3, sit. Push down on his rump. Praise him. Eventually drop the vocal command. 4, stand. You won't always want him to sit. In snow, for instance. Praise him. 5, down. Bend over and slide both his front legs towards you, slowly pulling. Turn his body sideways, keep him down. Repeat. 6, stay. Put him in position with a signal. Put the palm of your left hand in front of his nose. Snap him back. Slowly back away. Later walk around him. 7, come. This command is useful if he is in another part of the house or at the other end of the yard. Use a happy tone of voice, and when he comes, praise him lavishly. Worried about a child in the ICU. This brain can't stop beating, shoulders pinch ears, but should slouch down to soup level, where stale bread has dipped itself back to life, like kids at play, in and out of the cold, back in the water now that they're fed. Or children, where all of us bred. This brain can't stop beating, the same worry, like a twisted sheet. You try to unravel it, sleep, but there's a fetal horse galloping in the womb, and you're too tired even to pee, to untwist, to be still, to be. This brain can't stop beating, a frantic bird flying on words. See its wingspan spread like a prayer. I believe the bird can pick up my words, like I believe in God, like I believe, oh, in a truck with a load of snow. This one is from the Apocalypse anthology, and it's called The End Sneaks In. First day. In the folds of the skirt are garden hose, anvils, things I need for the coming ignorance of mother. Supper time triangle clangs, a can of carnation, a kitten lick, a tiny slap, bruised nails and flannel. We practice dying. Here on someone's lap, a lightning bug collides. Second day. There's a flea on the bed, keeps me awake, scampers with the lost forks, layering them under the dirt, on top of older bones, practicing geology, making room for cities. But I need those to scratch skin, to make feelings, a funny time to sleep. Third day. When I dig where I had planted poppy seeds, all I find are beetles dying in piles. There is no I anymore. Final day. Interment, intern, tar. I'll read just a few more. This one's called Fine. Michael hires escorts and masseuses, spends whole nights on sex lines. Stuart fantasizes about having unprotected sex with HIV-positive men and seroconverting, even though he is already positive. We all look at the marble statues of perky-titted women, believe in this hunger. And two more. This is called Absence. Absence, she says, is like wind. Not the way wind rushes into an open mouth, blowing cheeks into fleshy balloons. Not the way wind rustles up sand into mounds at your feet. It puts a small fire out. The sunlight reflects and streaks off windows left closed to keep in the purr of electric air. She distills herself into the hum, leaving her solid adage on a trimmed tray like a honey-baked ham with pineapple rings. This recipe, like her others, is written remarkably in blue ink on a card 3x5 and filed by letter in a tin box that opens like a locked jaw. Behind it, icebox cake, Jell-O surprise, lemon meringue pie, dozens of yellowed cards 1,000 times read. Absence, she says, is like wind. Not the way wind tickles the sash of your dress, not the way wind rustles the blossoms of dogwoods on lawns tended by tanned men. It kindles a large flame, but I'm sure she meant restless. In all her instructions, there isn't a card that says, this is when the cake is done. This is the moment the bread rises. This is the time it takes for icing to drizzle perfectly down the sides. These details she left to chance for the reader to falter. And then finally, in Ed Hirsch's class, there are 25 people. For each one, I think, one day, you are going to die. 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 You are going to die.